Hey folks, Pickleball Librarian here. I'm going to talk about a couple of new paddles from HUDEF. First of all, the HD 4.1 and then the HD5. So let me go ahead and just cover this one first. The 4.1 is a nice hard paddle that has a lot of bang. I mean, it feels like I'm playing like a firework, especially over the 4th of July weekend. Anyway, let's talk about the weight of it. Comes in a lightweight 7.5 to 7.9, and then the middle weight is 8.0 to 8.5 ounces. Now the length of it is about 15.6, and width is 7.9. Essentially the standard 16.8 ounce paddle, which I like to play with. Now the width of this is 0.55 inches, and also the handle is about 5 3/4. And the circumference is a nice 4.15. And this is what they call the polypropylene with specially designed internal structure. So very nice paddle. So next one I'm going to talk about is their HD5. All right, this is more of a control paddle. And speaking of which, I got to go back to that 4.1. I do like playing with it, but you know, it's such a power paddle that the cool thing is it comes in other shapes and sizes. So I would probably get a more thinner blade type and do singles with this paddle. Very nice. So let's go to this HD5. This is a nice control paddle. It's a little thicker. It's about 1/10 of an inch thicker. You know, a couple millimeters thicker, but it really lets you slow down. And the measurements are pretty much the same. You know, just like I mentioned before, it has the lightweight, which is 7.5 to 7.9. The midweight, which is 8.0 to 8.5. And it's 16 length, 7.9. And the thickness, as I mentioned, it's 0.63, a little thicker than the 4.1 version. Handle does seem longer. However, the butt cap is a little thicker right here. But I gotta tell you, when I have it in my hand, it really, really fits very securely. And the nice thing about HUDEF is they have, you know, a standard 4.15 circumference, which I like because you can build that up with an overwrap. But for me, I like a little thinner so I could roll it. Very nice paddle. So, by the way, we're in our Pickleball Summer Reading Program. And one book that I like, let me see if I can pull this up here, is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Now, Sun Tzu of HUDEF, pretty neat guy because he has an American and Western name, and then he has an Asian name. He likes to mix the two cultures, which is cool. And I mean, HUDEF has a lot of things that are special. I like what they say here. Read this. We show our respect for players by making the best paddle. I mean, you know, very good for confidence, and they really like to take care of their people. So anyway, let me talk about the book, The Art of War. And The Art of War, I've used it in the martial arts. It's required reading for all black belts in my system, and also, you know, for business. I mean, a lot of business entrepreneurs read that book. So let's take some quotes. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. So for pickleball, that could be like, you know, don't try to bang it out. Maybe go to the soft game and beat them in dinking, especially if they can't dink. Now here's a good one. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. That is cool. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know your opponent's strengths and weaknesses, and be able to exploit that. And let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night. And when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. So a lot of times at a tournament, you know, or a game when it's real close, I might, you know, put my paddle here and tell my partner something. Make sure they don't know what it is. So that's my way of letting my plans be dark and impenetrable. So, you know, just a lot of great. All warfare is based on deception. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. I mean, great quote. So here's one more. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. So think about that. It's a chaotic type situation. Balls are coming everywhere at you, and you're able to slow them down with the new HUDEF HD5. So The Art of War, I highly recommend that book. And these two new HUDEF paddles, the HD 4.1, which comes in other shapes and sizes here, and the HD5, nice paddle with some power and nice balance. I like this one myself very much. Both of these paddles, oh, I forgot to mention the price, didn't I? Okay, let me see, where's my note here? All right, the 4.1 is $150, mentioned that. And I got another note somewhere, cool. And this one, the 5, is $130. So $20 difference, but you know, price doesn't always matter. Go out, try the paddles. And if you see me on the court, ask about the paddles. I carry them with me. I carry so many paddles, it's crazy. But I want folks to try them out. I want you, the consumer, to get the best paddle you can and also succeed in the art of war. I mean pickleball. Yeah.